Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Thou art honors to the elders and apostles for their education and knowledge. And through what Yahweh Bashem shall put in the spirit of the elders and apostles so we become edified regarding this truth and knowledge. Learn this truth and knowledge. Call Holy Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash. Read some scriptures relating to the Lord hates the wicked. Psalm 7:11. God judgeth the righteous, and God Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. That's the ones in power, and the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword, and he have bent his bow and made it ready. The bows ultimately is the missiles, and he have also prepared him the instruments for death. That's those missiles, man. They the tools and instruments, and he ordained his arrows against the persecutors, which is the wicked. The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked in him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. So the Lord has a deep hatred. He has a hatred. Indignation, I'm going to get that word. Indignation is a righteous anger, man. Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of the saints, of his saints, which are the prophets. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. That's the ones in power. Isaiah 40 and 15. Because the Lord has he feels a certain way towards regarding these other nations. I'm going to go to Isaiah 40 and 15 verse. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as a small dust of balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. So the nations are what? A spit in the bucket to the Lord Yahweh Shemashah. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beasts thereof sufficient for burnt offering. So the other nations can't do nothing to they couldn't make no form of burnt offering or sacrifice to appease the Lord, man. It wouldn't help. And all the nations before him are as nothing. And they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity. So that's how the Lord feels about these nations, man. It's really the nation of Israel, man. Romans 9 and 13, for example. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated. So Lord loves Jacob. That special peculiar people relating to Deuteronomy 14 and 2, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. But Esau have I hated. That goes back to Genesis 36 relating to that descendants of Edom, man, which they come from. So the Lord has indignation for them. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 16 through 19. These 6 things do the Lord hate. These 7 are abomination to my proud look, which is haughty, a lying tongue, deceit, hands that shed innocent blood, murder, and heart has devised wicked imaginations. So a heart that devises things to do against what? Against the righteous, man. Feet that be swift, run into mischief, to do harm, man. A false witness to speak of lies, bearing false witness, and he that soweth discord among the brethren, that's division, man. Contention and strife. So the Lord hates these things, man. Scripture talks about the Lord's a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just ways is delight. Proverbs 11 and 1. And Proverbs 20 talks about different ways, and a false balance is not good. So it's all about balance, man. The Lord's a balanced power, man. Exodus 15 and 3. The Lord is a man of war, and the Lord Yahweh is his name, man. So the Lord has certain characteristics and traits of related to his disposition and how he is, man. But also how he feels towards these nations, man. So he doesn't have love for all these nations, man. He has love for the nation that he chose, the special one he chose out of the lot he chose. Out of all the 18 nations, that one specific nation, going back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's one he chose. And the rest of the nations are, they just the other nations, man. But the Lord chose a specific seed, man. Scripture talks about, for you only have I known. So for you will I judge, man. And that means for that particular nation, the Lord has known because he gave the statute and commandments to that particular nation. And so judgment is going to come upon that particular nation, man, ultimately. This is just a few scriptures. Let me see, get some more. Deuteronomy 32 and 41. If I wet my glittering sword in my hand, take hold on judgment. I will render vengeance to my enemies, which is the other nations, and the nations to Israel, and I will reward them that hate me. And the reward is the judgment upon these other nations, the ones that hate Yahweh Bashim Yashah and his chosen people, man. Samuel 220, 220, 220. 2 and 22:41. Thou hast also given me the necks of my enemies, the other nations, that I might destroy them that hate me. Psalms 18 and 40. Thou hast also given my necks of my enemies, similar to the previous one, 2 Samuel's, that I might destroy them that hate me. 21 and 8. That thy hand shall fall out of all thy enemies, thy right hand shall find out those that hate me. And that's the other ones. Consider my enemies, 25 and 19. That was 18 and 40, 21 and 8. Now this is 25 and 19. Consider my enemies, for there are many relating to these nations, man. And they hate me with what? Cruel hatred. So these nations have a certain indignation. Also, Isaiah, let me see. Isaiah 30, I believe Isaiah, I'll get it, Lord willing. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, arrogance, and an evil way, and a froward mouth. Froward's mouth do I hate. Froward is very contrary. That same verse I was looking for, I believe it's in 100, talking about that 119th, I believe, around that scripture, around that verse, talking about that the Lord will hate you with perfect hatred. So the Lord hates these nations with perfect hatred, man. Let me get one more. Just Shalaki, I'm just trying to find it. Ezekiel 35. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. And that's the other nations that have perpetual hatred, and they shed the blood of the children of Israel by force and the sword, and in the time of their calamity, and in the time that iniquity had an end. So the Lord has a perpetual hatred towards them, as the ones that had a perpetual hatred towards his people, man. Perpetual is a continuing hatred. Now let's look up indignation. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee into blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So that recompense of vengeance upon that ones that had a perpetual hatred. So the Lord's going to seek a reward towards those ones, man. What does perpetual mean? Internal or continuing. And that's how these nations are, man. They had a continual hatred for the nation of Israel. So the Lord has a perpetual and continual hatred for them, man. Let's look up indignation. Indignation. Anger, annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. So resentment, umbrage, affront, umbrage, offense, annoyance, resentment, bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. So the Lord has a bitter indignation on the ones who treated his special people, relating to Deuteronomy 14 and Deuteronomy 7 and 6, that peculiar special people. So he has a bitter indignation upon those other nations who had treated the Lord's special people, peculiar people, that that been treated very unfairly, man. So the Lord has an indignation for those people, man, because how they had a continuing perpetual hatred and been treated unfairly. So the Lord is going to recompense, give them the reward they deserve. Now this is something short, Shalakia. I hope it helps in some way. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. This is Brother Zayab. Shalom. Thanks.